So it's Thursday. I was looking out my window and I saw a guy sort of skulking around, looking a little suspicious. And he was actually, he was actually looking in my garden. He was looking at other stuff as well. Um, yeah, I've no idea what that was all about. I really don't. And obviously stuff like that kind of worries me. Um, yeah, I've got to go to the job centre. I've already rang them up about an they called it an urgent payment or something like that. It's like an advance, but it's something that I would have to pay back. Typical. So yeah, I'm supposed to hear from somebody at some point between now and 6 p.m. tonight. So yeah, I'm just hoping they don't try and ring me while I'm actually in the job centre, because obviously, yeah, the person I'll be seeing that today probably won't appreciate that. I mean, they might understand, but yeah. I can hear somebody outside. I don't know who it is though. I can hear voices. I don't like it when I hear voices outside because I can never be sure of what's going on. It always makes me kind of nervous. And I mean, this is all part of the kind of anxiety thing that I've got, because obviously, when I'm out by myself, I have to have my headphones in, unless of course I'm going up the centre, because obviously I'm used to going up the centre. I know the people up there. I know, I normally say hello to a few of the people that work in the shops and stuff because they recognise me. I mean, I don't know their names, but they know me by my face and I know them by their face. So yeah, but I'm going to have to head off in a bit. It's a bit clouded over out there. I've actually put a jumper on today over a t-shirt, like a orangey t-shirt on. But I've got leggings on as well, so hopefully I won't overheat. I don't think so, because I stepped out to check the gas meter and the electric meter, and yeah, it was a little nippy. So the voices I heard was the idiot with the motorbike. Typical. Anyway, yeah, I've got to head off to town now. Lovely. More visits to the job centre. That's all I bloody need. Back home again. It actually proved rather frugal, the fact that I'd gone out so early today. I mean, I thought I was just going to, mooch around town a bit until my appointment. But no. I ran into problem after problem after problem after problem with the Department for Work and Pensions. I wound up in tears, so that's probably why I don't look all that great. I honestly, I got to the point where it was too much all at once, because they kept on declining this, declining that, saying, they kept arguing back at me. There was a lady at the job centre, Vanessa, who was dealing with me today, and she didn't even really take a break. She was supposed to take a break, but she kind of didn't. She was only gone for like a couple of minutes or something. And she went upstairs and she bugged and bothered everybody upstairs to try and get something sorted, and she even got on the phone to them afterwards, you know, just to see where it is that they were seeing on the computer system that this appointee crap was still showing up when it's not. There is no appointee. That's what she was trying to point out. Yes, my darling, hold on. So, yeah. Basically, whilst we were going through all that palaver, which I won't find out till tomorrow if I'll be getting any emergency cash, basically whilst we were there, I mentioned that I don't recall how it came about, but I mentioned that all I'd had so far today since I was up was a banana. She went and dug that out of her locker and gave it to me to either eat there and then or bring home and eat. So I thought that was really nice of her. I do want to say, obviously I know that you watch this, Nicola, and I just want to say I am so very sorry. I am so very sorry that I caused you all manner of worry and stress and whatnot. I was not having a very good moment. I was, yeah, it got on top of me. It really did. And yeah, I mean, you know, having you to text backwards and forth with, you know, that really did help. So thank you. I mean, you know, you really are a great friend. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Did you miss me? Did you miss me, my love? Did you miss Mama? It's my sweet boy. What are you trying to do? Stop trying to get fuss off the washing machine, you Nana. Go down. Down. Good boy. I'll give you some dreamies in a minute, my love. Okay? So anyway, I came out of there. I was still texting my friend Nicola. I was still trying to get some footage for the vlog. I stopped off at a place called Muffin Break, which you will have seen. Thankfully they took what they call contactless payment. So the prepayment credit card, I had like £3.77 left on it. So I was able to get myself a muffin and a cookie. So yeah, I will most likely eat something else. I mean, I've got crisps and stuff. I mean, I just don't think I've got it in me to actually cook anything tonight. I'm just going to go with whatever I can drag out the cupboard or drag out the fridge or whatever's easiest, because to be perfectly fair, I've had one, excuse my French, fucked up day, and I'm bloody exhausted from it. I really am. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow morning, we're looking at sort of 11:30-ish, going on 12. I should find out whether or not I've got any funds from the emergency payment. Granted, I have to pay it back, but yeah, hopefully that'll tide me over until they do actually get my claim sorted. In order to continue the processing of the JSA claim, I had to close the ESA claim. And apparently, from what I gathered, they looked at the claim again and I guess basically said, like, no, we're not going to change it. So I've got a letter coming out to me or something that will explain how I can appeal certain things. I don't know. It's just a lot of stress. It really is. I mean, you keep getting knocked from pillar to post, you know, and you literally, you feel like screaming, because the people just, you know, the ones on the phone, they're like, oh, well, you know, on the computer system it says this. And I'm like, I watched the lady change it. I sat there and watched her delete that and put something else. Oh, well, it's not. So freaking stressful. So yeah, I've got to chillax. I've got to rest up. Yeah, just yeah, today's just not been that great. Really hasn't.
Coming from downstairs, her husband moaning in pain. What husband? Calling for me. Your husband calling for you? Based on Pamela's story. It appeared that Ricky was the victim of a random robbery that had suddenly gone violently wrong.
There were a lot of home invasions around that time.
But that didn't make the news any easier on his family.
The saddest day of our lives. You know, we had been pretty much rocked by this terrible occurrence.
Even worse, just as Pamela finished telling her story to investigators, her cell phone suddenly rang. It was the hospital, and they had some urgent news for Pamela.
If you want to see your husband alive again, you better get to the hospital now. She told the cops she's not staying there any longer. She's leaving. She needs to go to see her husband.
While Pamela rushed to her husband's bedside, the investigators took a closer look at the Ballins home, and what they found appeared to match Pamela's story perfectly, from the pry marks on the back door frame
There's a very clear mark that looked to be signs of forced entry to the house.
to the thoroughly ransacked interior.
There's furniture everywhere. There are drawers empty. There is Christmas tree that's been knocked over.
It just looked like, you know, a whirlwind came through.
Even the master bedroom was in shambles. To the investigators, it appeared to add up to a robbery.
It's clear that someone has been looking for something.
It was equally clear that Ricky had fought hard with the intruders.
There was blood everywhere. And gaping hole in the sheetrock in the wall, basically, that, you know, is consistent with somebody swinging and missing.
You can also see some blood stains that are right next to those holes in the wall.
That was not just a quick deal. It was an actual barehanded fight.
But if it started barehanded, it looked as if Ricky's attacker had eventually picked up a weapon.
There's a statue, there's a decorative piece that's there in the house, that's laying in that area.
Ricky's wounds further confirmed Pamela's statement that her husband had fought with his attacker.
Ricky had defensive wounds on him. He had some sort of puncture wound on his forearm. He had a finger that was broken.
But his struggle had ultimately been in vain.
Ricky has suffered some tremendous and some significant injuries.
He'd been struck multiple times with a heavy object.
He's got about 10 or so gashes in his head.
And when Pamela arrived at the ICU, the doctors gave her the horrible news. Her husband's head injuries had done irreparable damage.
There was no possibilities for him.
Okay, it's kind of late. I relaxed a little bit, watched some TV, and just tinkered about on that Flutterbug thing again. Yeah. Hopefully things will be better tomorrow. That's about all I can hope for, really. So, yeah. I'm gonna head off and I'm gonna get some sleep, and yeah, hopefully wake up to more positive news tomorrow morning. Bye.